Okay, hello everyone. It's about 5 after, so I wanted to go ahead and get started. My name's Jennifer Pertner. I'm here to go over some organizational skills for when booking travel, and I'm happy to help anyone. So reach out anytime if you ever need any help. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start. I am fighting a cold, so I'm very sorry. I feel like I'm losing my voice a little bit. But hopefully I won't cough too much. Anyway, so okay, Joanne just came in. Okay, I let you in. All right. So I'm kind of old school. I started off really using a lot of just paper and pencil and planners and calendars and things like that. And I have started to move into a little bit more with spreadsheets and stuff as I've grown and as I've had to sort of just take my stuff on the go. So I'll just start off with, sort of how I started when I was had not as many bookings. So I basically started with just a spiral notebook, and I would use these little tabs that I ordered on Amazon. I'm also not a big component of spending a lot of money on things. So this was very inexpensive for me to just buy these little tabs, and I would just put the person's name on it with the trip. And that was a great start for me. And I would write, any information, whatever I needed, right on there. And I would just bring my notebook with me all the time. Then, as I was moving into a few more trips, that started to be not as organized as I needed it to be. So I decided to go ahead and move into a 3-ring binder, and I put like A through Z tabs so that I could alphabetize my customers by their last name so that I could find it quick when I had to go. I probably should also add, I do work a second job in the evenings. I usually leave my house around 3 o'clock every day to go to my second job, and I get home around 8:30 or 9 each night. And I also homeschool my son so during the day. So I don't have a lot of time to spend on travel. So I really have to like maximize every single minute that I have. So to have the 3-ring binder with the alphabetized names was a lot faster because I could just boom, flip right to it as soon as I needed it. I also would add to each trip this little booking checklist. And so I got this from my team from Ashley Flowers, and I can definitely share this if anybody would want it. But it just sort of I printed these, I cut them into fourths, and then I stapled one of these onto each trip as I booked them. And, it just sort of gave me a checklist to say, did I do it, and when to do it. You can also like write dates in, that helps sometimes too, especially, with follow up and with final payments and things like that. So that was kind of a good start. And it helped me when I first started just to sort of, you know, tell me like, you need to do this, you need to do that. This is what you need to do, and keep me on track a little bit better. And like I said, I would staple those on. And then after a while, my booking started growing, and I was getting more more bookings, and I needed something that was even more organized. So I decided to move into a spreadsheet. And this is my spreadsheet that I use right now. I kind of copied it off of the digital binder, which, if you guys didn't know, at the bottom of your digital binder, there's these little tabs. And right over here, there's a client log, which is really nice. You can put in your trips per month, like by month. So it's kind of a nice calendar to use. Excuse me. To keep track of like what's coming up. And I do have this, I have a few of my trips in here that I had added in I will say it's definitely not updated, because this for me just didn't seem to work as well, but some people might, like to have that in their for the calendar. What I do for a calendar is I have 2-month calendars up on my wall. I have a hanging up on my wall, excuse me. So I have January and then I have February right next to it because I like to see like what's coming up. On my calendar, I put all my trips. I add to it like when final payments are due. I add to it like when I need to send out thank you notes and, my gifts to my customers. Um, and so I add a lot of stuff to that calendar and then I just, keep flipping it obviously as the dates go by. But then I needed something to help with even keeping track of my calendars. And on the digital binder, there is a commission tracking form. And so this is one way that you could do it. I did sort of take this idea and I made my own spreadsheet. What's nice about this on the digital binder is they do have these little links here that will actually take you right to the commission tracking form and the submitted and all that. I probably could do it on mine. I haven't, but anyway, that's definitely nice to sort of have that right there. But this is the commission form I started with, and I'm very big on color coding. So green means that I've been paid for it. And this was last year. This was 2024. And I just sort of, put things that I needed, dates, tracking numbers. But then I found that I needed a little bit more for this year. So I decided to switch over to this. And I was able to figure out how to make a table, I think they called it a chart, out of each thing. So at the top, I have my booked trips. And then down a little further in my on my spreadsheet, I have my inquiries. And every single time a person reaches out to me, I add their name right here to this this spreadsheet. I also have these on my phone, so I can just click on the spreadsheet on my phone and add it right away. So like this lady reached out to me last night. And so I added her name right away. And then, again, I just got some of these inquiries this week. And so as soon as they contact me, I just put their name in real quick. And the highlighted yellow for me means like I need to stay on top of this one. It's a definite, good lead. Some of these up here, I followed up with them and I haven't really heard much back. So I still have them on my list, but I keep them in white because I don't really know if those are going to go anywhere. And I might follow up. I mean, I definitely will follow up with them again at some point. But the highlighted ones are sort of my, like, you need to really stay on top of these a little bit more and continue following up. And like here you can see I've started adding some stuff, some information, what they want to do. Like this one, I reached out and she wasn't sure. This one, I followed up back in December and she was still waiting on some more information. So she was going to get back to me, but I'll probably follow up again here pretty soon since it's been almost a month. And then down at the bottom here, I have completed trips. And the red for me means that I've submitted it for my commission. So like up here, even on my booked trips, again, the red means that I've submitted it for my commission. And they've, made the new thing that if you don't send in your commission form within 30 days, then they're going to lessen your pay. And I definitely don't want that to happen. So I'm really trying to stay on top of it. The green means that I've been paid for it. So, yeah, I have a lot of outstanding. And then down here, this was one that my one account was paid and then I haven't received the 10%. So I put in orange because it's missing commission. So I'm just trying to keep track of that. But Anyway, on this form, I always need the confirmation form, the confirmation number right away. Like I need that, at my fingertips so that I can look it up, or if I'm calling in for a cruise, that's something that they always want to know right away. The departure date and the return date, obviously, those are really important. This is something I found that I really needed to stay on top of, was when the final payment was due. I have a lot of people that will make a deposit and then, they've got to pay the remaining balance. So this is when the balance is due, and I've got them highlighted in yellow because these are sort of coming up, February. I've got to make sure I stay on top of those. This one's not till March, but I still wanted to sort of know that it was coming up. And then I should have the final amounts written in here, but I don't. So I need to go back and write them in. But if I go into the supplier, which is right over here, and I have my confirmation number, I can find that information pretty quickly. And then this is the total amount for the trip. So yeah, I just need that for my, commission tracking forms. Excuse me. And then over here is what commission it says it's going to be. I do have 2 separate accounts, so this helps me keep track. Was it under my account or was it under my husband's account? And then this over here is when I submit it I get a ticket number, and usually it's the same as over here, but like this one isn't. So anyway, usually it's very similar, but as you can see, not always. So this tells me with this ticket number that I have submitted my commission. And then over here is if I want recognition, then I have to submit it to my team, my Seaside, my mentor. And if I want to get Travel Agent Academy's recognition, then I've got to submit it over here. And as you can see, I haven't submitted all those. Well, I have some, but I might not have checked them. But anyway, so just kind of helps me to keep track of what have I done? What have I not done? What do I need to do? So that kind of helps me with my trips. And the nice thing about this too is that once a trip, like if I have an inquiry down here that, books, then I just take this little thing and I move it right up here into my booked trips. Voila. And there it is. And then if I filled in any of the information, it'll already be there. Or I can then go ahead and finish in, the rest of the information. So that's kind of nice for me to be able to, find them quick. I'll just move her down there. So that's good. Nope. We're gonna go ahead and move that back. All right, somewhere right there is good. Okay, because that was a inquiry. Okay, so that kind of explains my trips and my commission tracking form. I probably did forget to say, before I switched over to all this, I did keep a paper pencil copy, and I made it in Canva. I can show you what I did. All right, here it is. Let's see. All right, my business tools. So I made this just quick little chart to put in here. I can zoom it in a little better so we can see. Again, I would just put their name. I would put follow-up. You can either put like a date, or you can put like check mark if they've made the full payment, when the full payment is due, or if they only made a deposit, then, check. If it's confirmed, then I would put like a check or a date. And then I had any notes. And like I said, this was great to start with just because I could see all my trips like right in front of my face. When I had them in a notebook. When I had them in a notebook, I had like A to Z, but I didn't know exactly what trips were happening. So this was sort of a nice, sort of like table of contents, in a way, for my notebook. And then now that I've moved, like I said, into my spreadsheet has it all right there in my face, so I can see it easier that way. But like I said, if you're more of a, paper pencil person and you like to have it, because that's how I started and that worked for me for my whole first year of booking stuff, and that worked great. So this was kind of nice to just sort of have everything right there in front of me, and I would just add to it or update it or whatever I needed to do with that. Okay. And then I wanted to show, let's see, I'm just going to look at my notes real quick. Yeah, I have all my stuff on my phone. Oh, let me talk about this. So my team that I'm on with Ashley Flowers, we have in Telegram, we have like an accountability group that we do. And on there, we like to list the things that we're doing each day. And it's kind of nice, like for us to see what each other agent is doing, you know what I mean? And it kind of says, oh, maybe I should do that, or, oh, I should do this. So a lot of times at night before I go to bed, because my mind just like goes crazy at night before I'm ready to go to bed, and I don't want to work on stuff, but I'm like, oh, I didn't do this or this or this or this. So I go onto my accountability group and I make a quick little list of the things that I want to get accomplished the next day or what I need to do. And that's kind of a way to keep me on track. You don't have to necessarily do it in an accountability group. You could do it, in a notepad, like that's sitting by your bed, make a list. I mean, I do that too, because I'm a very big list person. I have these, like this one is, I just bought these at like Target. This one is like hourly, but I just make lists on it. I have like sticky note lists. I have all kinds of lists. So this one is like a weekly, you can't really see it. Oh, where's my calendar? It's going to be blurry. Come on, you can do it. Nope, it's not going to let you see it. Wants to have my face. But anyway, these are just little lists. This one's like hourly and this one's weekly. So these were things that I just, again, bought at Target. They were on sale at the end of the year on clearance. And, it's just a way for me to kind of make lists and keep track of it. I'm also a big sticky note person. So I jot down sticky notes, things on sticky notes all the time. I stick them all over my calendar. And so that way I can just like look and say, oh, I need to do this or I need to do that. And then when I take that sticky note and I throw it away, it's a really big sense of accomplishment. So I like that. I like, seeing how many sticky notes can I throw away today. But anyway, so that's sort of my sticky notes. And the planners. And like I said, I do a lot of making notes and just lists. So one other thing that I've also used is in Travefy that helps me stay organized. Travefy is a program that I do pay for, and I feel like it is worth the money because it helps me with my trips for itineraries. It helps me with my website. I was able to build my website in it. And and I also have these lists that I've done on here, automated lists, and it sends messages to my customers, and that saves me a lot of time. I don't have to then do it because it's automated through Travefy. So I'm just going to do one on here and show you. If I go to this trip, let's go into this and say edit. Let's see if I can find it. Where do I find this? Here, I should know this, but I don't see it. Okay, let's see. Oh, tasks. I have to go to tasks. So let me go back to trips. Okay, here we go. Tasks. All right, so right here, tasks and automations. I click on that. And then right up here at the top, right, there's a button that says add. And on here, you can either add one task or you can add a task list. And I do think that I had to go in and add this, and I got it off of the marketplace. I just searched and I found it, and I think I can share it with people if it's anything that you would want to have. But anyway, and then I just edited it, like tweaked it to make it, my own. And so here is the one that I add to my trips. So I just look on there and I'm going to just say, I'm going to add it to this one. And I'm going to say import. And then here comes all my tasks. And like I said, you can edit them, but all right, let's see here. This is not in the right order. I don't know why. That's weird. But anyway, the client inquiry. So, you're going to, I've already, you can say, click, I've received it. You reviewed it and you called the client, click, I did that. Then once the quote is created, you're going to, say, yep, I did that. You can send them the quote. And then after that, this one should be next, but it's quote approved. Once your customer has approved the quote, then you can just click on that and it's done. And then your credit card authorization form, book the trip, you go ahead and book it, click. And then up here, it should be send them the itinerary and the gift. Now for this, if you go in and you have an automation, it'll come up and say, like here you see, it's automated to send me a reminder 30 days before the trip starts. So I have it here set, remind me, and there's videos to watch on how to do all this. So you can, do that. That's probably like a whole nother training that we could do. But anyway, so I have it set to send me a task, and right up here, you can see task. And right here, I was supposed to have sent this itinerary back on January 22nd. I do give myself plenty of time. Like I have it set for 30 days ahead of time so that if I can't do it right on that day, I still have a month before the trip takes off. So I, could even send the thank you note and the gift and the itinerary a couple weeks before. So I need to do that. I'll leave that there so that I remember. You also want to add your client's trip to the calendar. So this one, again, I have it automated for 90 days before the itinerary start date. Sometimes you can do it even ahead of that. And then that way, if you've done it, you can just check it off or whatever. And then submit the commission tracking form. I need to probably make this, edit it, and I need it to be like as soon as I book it, which you have to put in a certain amount of days. That's why I think I put 90 days. I think that's the most that you can do ahead of time. But anyway, so those are just, again, it's just like a way for me to stay on top of it. This one. Okay, well, this trip is not an actual trip. I'm just using it as an idea. So this probably isn't a good example, but yeah, because I don't have an actual date set. But if you have a date set for your trip, then it will send these forms. So I have a form that it sends. Here it is. Bon voyage. It's almost time for your travel. Can't wait to hear all about it once you're back. And this one goes out like right when they're leaving, that usually the day before for their trip. And then this one I send them, and it talks about as you prepare for your upcoming trip, we want you to have all the information. It talks about weather forecast. It talks about packing essentials. It talks about local currency, just some tips, that I want to give my customers. You can go in and tweak that any way you want, but here you can see it's set for 14 days before the start of the trip. And then this one is, okay, your trip is only a week away. If you haven't already, be sure to, download the free mobile app, Trip Plans. This tells them about the app through Travefy. And if you don't know about it, they offer your customers an app, And if they download, if they put it on to offline mode, then while they're on their trip, they can still have access to their itinerary without having to have any Wi-Fi. So that's really nice because, you just never know like where you're going to be. So this one sort of explains all that to them. So I don't have to do that as the agent. And again, it sends it to them 7 days before. So that's really nice. And then let's see, were we on this one? I don't know if we did that one. A week away. Oh, that was the offline mode. Okay, so then we have this one. And this one basically says, welcome home. And it's just basically saying thank you. And it sends 1 day after the itinerary end date. And again, it does it all for me. I don't have to do it. And then my customers get, the messages. They can also send me messages through the chat feature in Travefy, which is, again, another great way for communication if they need to get a hold of you, either, before a trip, during a trip, or after a trip, any of them. So those are some ways that help me with keeping track of my trips and just saving me time with customers, because I want them to think that I'm, thinking about them like the whole time before they're leaving. I mean, I am, but this does it automatically and I don't have to then, do those things, but it's still sending them some really great information. I will also say that I played around with a weekly task list of things that like I needed to do as a travel agent. I wasn't very successful with it, I will be honest. So if anybody else knows how to do this, I did reach out to Travefy to ask them if there was a better way to do this. And they really didn't have anything set in place because they don't have like a calendar, which I definitely think is one downside to Travefy. And, I've expressed that to them and they've said, it's something that they can definitely look into. But this weekly task list, and again, you would have to link it to a trip. So you could make just like a trip that is just a fake trip that would be like your just like for you for working. Oh yeah. So this combined the two together. Oh, that didn't work very good. So, okay. But I was trying to figure out like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like tasks for me to do. But like I said, I didn't have too much success with that. So, in Travefy, if anybody has a better way to do that, maybe they could let me know because I'm not really sure how to do that. But even if it's not in Travefy, that would be fine too. So basically, there was one more thing I wanted to tell you. So that was basically Travefy. That's how I set up my trips and then my automation for that. Okay, let's go back to the last thing I wanted to show you and talk about is my social media calendar. So for my social media, I do feel like posting regularly is really what has brought me lots and lots of inquiries and clients. I only basically market through Facebook. I mean, I've done a little bit with Instagram and TikTok, but not very much. And I'm just constantly getting inquiries just through Facebook. So that's been working great for now. So basically for my social media, I have like a schedule. I'm very much a scheduled person. So I have Monday motivation, Tuesday is travel tips, Wednesday is where to Wednesday, Thursday is throwback Thursday, Friday is fun facts Friday, Saturday is sale Saturday, like if I have any sales or exclusive offers that I can, give my clients. And then Sunday, I try to do certificate Sunday. So let me just show you. I start off with just a blank calendar. Let's see here. Just something very simple like this. And then I just add to it. Well, this one you can put the dates, which is nice because then you can make one for whatever month you're in. And I just add to it like Monday MM. I just put Monday motivation, MM, TT, WW, Thursday, FF, SS, and then certificate Sunday. And I have created in Travefy or in Canva, sorry, things to post. So basically for Motivational Monday, I bought a calendar and it's like it's one of those like daily flip calendars, and it just has like a little saying each day. I think I got it at Aldi for like $7 or something. And I could take pictures of it and I would sometimes post those on Monday. I also will post like just motivational sayings that I find off of Facebook. And yeah, so I just post those for Monday. I don't really keep track of that too much. Travel tip Tuesday. Let's see if I can. Where are my folders? Here they are. Things to post. Okay, let's look in here. I have travel tip Tuesdays. All right. So here you can see I have 26 pages, I believe. And I learned this from Precious. She does iBook I Go, I believe, is her YouTube channel. And she basically just said, just search for templates and then just put them in, add pages. And then I just used ChatGPT to find travel tips. And I just added them on here. And I would just say, give me more, or, travel tips for budget planning, or travel tips for international trips, or travel tips for family travel, or whatever. I just added things to this, and I just have, like I said, the 26 days. And then on my calendar, I will put, when I post page 1, I'll put TT page 1, and then the next Tuesday TT page 2, and then the next Tuesday TT page 3, or whatever. And so then that way I know where I left off. And then basically once those 26 days are done, I just start back over at page 1. And I probably could add more to this and just keep, coming up with new things. But I feel like with Facebook, not everybody sees everything that you post, and people are not going to know if you've posted it again, or if you posted it, the last month or whatever. But it's up to you how you want to do it. But I just like to, post stuff and get myself out there. And this is just a quick, easy way on Tuesdays. For Wednesdays, let's see. How do I go back to this? Close. Wednesday is where to Wednesday. Where's that one? I don't know. Let's find it.
So just one clarification. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead. Yeah, no, ask away.
All your Tuesdays in one folder, and then you put all your Wednesdays in another folder.
Yes.
Project or whatever. Okay. Yeah, great.
Well, I just have one folder that's called things to post. And then under travel tip Tuesdays, I just had 26 pages. See here, you can see.
That's what I meant to say, but
okay, no, that's okay. Yeah,
working yet.
Right. Yeah, and then it must be at the bottom. Is this alphabetized? No, I guess it's not. All right, I don't know where to. Here we go. So this one I have 21, and so like I said, this 21 posts. These were videos, so I don't know, something different. But anyway, so yeah, you can just, like I said, I'll just put WW page 1, WW page 2, or whatever, and then I just go through. Thursdays, Throwback Thursday, I just would put like a throwback picture of my family or whatever, because it doesn't always have to be about travel. And I try to do stuff that's, even my Motivational Monday, that's not really always about travel. It's just something to post. just for me, because I feel like I don't always come up with great ideas. So this sort of gives me ideas for every single day of what to post. And Fun Fact Fridays, again, I just use Chat GPT, and sometimes I'll make it about travel and sometimes I won't. And I'll just, post a picture of whatever the fun fact was on Friday. And then Saturday, sales. So I do have some, like, this was a Memorial Day flyer that I made. Um, so I mean, obviously I can't post that now, but this was from 24. But I just, different sales that I have going on. You can like here I have like travel specials, and I might just post, whatever cruise sales that are going on, if it's, kids sail free or whatever the some of the cruise deals are. Like these were some of my mock bookings that I had done. So I could always go back and just, tweak them up a little bit with whatever the mock bookings are. This was just a golden ticket flyer that I made just to promote, golden ticket. So yeah, I can just like sort of pull from whatever and put it in. And then certificate Sundays, I do with the certificates that Marnie does. Marnie Hernandez, she does the different certificate workshops. And so I get those certificates. So like here, I've got some right here on my desktop that I'm going to be posting soon. Sweden, New Zealand, Los Cabos, which we're going to for convention. Yay. So excited.
Woohoo.
Yeah, I know. Corsica, I got my tickets and my room booked, so I'm so excited. So anyway, I leave these on my desktop until I post them, and then once I post them, I move them to a folder so that I know I've done it or I haven't done it. So that's just sort of me and my, way that I do things.
And are you saying this is just you, like with your organization, you're just going out and actually doing the certificates? You're not or do you post them after?
I post that I completed them
Okay, gotcha.
on Sundays. Yeah, I try to do that on Sundays. Each Sunday, whatever she does on different days during the week. But then I just post them on Sundays for people to see. And I do think that people see that, and that brings people in to know that you're, learning about places and becoming more knowledgeable about places. It just gives you as a travel agent like more leverage or more, knowledge, and more makes you more official, I feel like.
I use the word clout.
Okay.
It gives
Yeah.
you clout.
Yeah, for sure. Right. Absolutely. Yeah, so that's basically my oh, and then over here I do have like 31 days of posts. This back over. And this one is just vague, very, very vague, just travel with me, travel with us. Like just again, and I might post these on my calendar every single day, and just I like to I like to do different posts different times of the day. So like my motivational posts I might do first thing in the morning. And then this travel post I might put around, 12 o'clock. And then I also like to put, or even 3 o'clock or whatever time. And then I also like to put a team building post around 6 o'clock, because I feel like people are getting off work, and maybe they're tired of their 9 to 5 job, and they're tired of working in the, corporate world, and they're looking for something else. And so I feel like 6 o'clock is a good time when they might be getting on their phones to look at Facebook. And that one is called Did You Know? Let me find that one. And that one, I basically took Nina Bird's. She has what she calls her book. Oh, this is not in this folder. It is in my team building folder. She has what she calls her book, and she has like bullets of, why she likes to be a travel agent, or bullets of why she chose the host agency that she chose. And so I just took her book and I basically just made a post about each one of her bullets. So this one has 27 pages, and I added a few to it too. But anyway, this might even be low right now because I think we're probably, oh yeah, see, from 2023. So I need to update this. And I have a sticky note on my calendar that says refresh your did you know, because I need to add my QR code and some more stuff. So that's on my sticky notes to do, but it hasn't gotten done yet. So anyway, this is, yeah. So again, just each one of these is just a little blurb from her book. There's no large startup fee. Did you know? And I just like pulled in templates from like a did you know. And again, I just call it did you know? And there's, Clea just talks about everything that we have in our business. And so again, I try to post these like maybe every day around 6 or every other day around 6, or, whenever I feel like I need to, just to get the word out there. So anyway, that's my social media calendar that I try to do. And then I do try to post something personal, like just, about my cats or my whatever, whatever I'm doing that day, my son, or, whatever, something personal, so that it's not always about just travel. But I did decide to make basically my personal Facebook page my go-to for my business stuff, because I feel like that pulls in so many more people. And I just have invited everybody to follow me or add friends of friends, and it's grown. And I feel like too, some of my best trips are referrals from friends, or they are, friends of friends, people that I don't even necessarily know, but they know I'm a real person. And so they would rather book, travel through me than just going through somebody out of the blue that they might not know, So again, like you said, Joanne, clout, that gives me a little bit more clout as a travel agent, just for them to know, again, I'm a real person, and they're not going to, give somebody their credit card and get scammed. So, and in this day and age, that's a big deal. So anyway, that's about all I have. And I hope that it was helpful, and I'm going to go ahead and stop my recording. And again, reach out.
Before you do, may I say, super helpful. Like,
oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you so much.
And
thank you.
Great tip about offline for during the trip in Travefy. I had no idea.
Oh yeah.
And your process in Travefy is so great. I wanted to also say, yes, exactly what you said about posting on social media. Consistency is key.
Right.
And the one you had about Memorial Day, I wrote all these things in the chat box. The one you had about Memorial Day, I love that, because then you can use that again and again and again. Just go out there and change the prices, or change Memorial Day to July the 4th, because it already looks like Memorial Day. So that is awesome. Thank you so much.
Right. You're welcome. Yes, I, like I said, if I had more time in my day, I could definitely probably even do more, I just feel like but I really try to devote 2 to 3 hours like each morning really to my business. And then obviously I have to go and, do my other things that I'm responsible for. So, but yeah, I have to be organized, or else I just cannot function, and I'm not going to be an effective travel agent. So, and that's a big deal to me. So yeah. So, all right. Well, again, my name's Jennifer Pertner. Reach out. You can, find me in Discord. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me, I don't know, wherever. And I'm happy to help. So see you guys later. I'm going to stop the share, and then we can talk. Okay. All right. Thanks, Joanne, for your...
Did you turn off your recording? I think it's still recording.
Oh, I'm still recording. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Hold on. I'm stopping the recording now.